amount into an only slightly dirty glass, then opened the freezer and dropped in a couple of ice cubes. "I have seen him," I said, taking a deep sip. "Showing up at his parole hearings and arguing against early release doesn't count as visitation." "He'll be out soon enough anyway." I took another drink, the ice cubes clinking against the glass. Over the years, I'd gone to every one of his parole hearings, offering comprehensive arguments for keeping him in prison. As far as I was concerned, his 15-year sentence was too light. "Are you drinking already? Tell me that's not alcohol. It's 11 in the morning." "It's 11:30 somewhere." She sighed again, a different one that I recognized as the precursor to the end of our discussion. Surprising me, she said, "Can you stay on for a few minutes? Seamus has something he wants to talk to you about." "Sure." I waited while she passed the phone over, again contemplating the awesome alliteration of Seamus and Shannon's married union. "Hi, Jessie. How are you?" "Hey, Seamus. Fine. You?" He paused. "I need your help." That was new. Seamus and Shannon had been married for 3 years, and during that time, I'd never heard him utter those words. He was a hard-working, stand-up guy, and I'd been relieved when they announced their engagement. Shannon had only been 13 when Mom died and Dad went off to prison, so she'd been sent to live with our grandmother in Cleveland. I always worried about where she'd end up. The track record of kids with alcoholic fathers wasn't great. In my view, she'd gotten the worst end of the family stick, and by all accounts, she should have been the more damaged offspring. But Graham had done a great job with her, and Shannon ended up really solid. She would likely be having kids soon, who would also no doubt be more well-adjusted than me. An admittedly low bar. "What's up?" I replied. "You know my brother Michael?" "The one who lives in Ireland?" "Yes, in Sligo, Western Ireland. His daughter, my niece, Kate. She's missing." I searched my brain to recall the last family gathering and my half-hearted participation in its mind-numbing small talk. "Didn't she go off to college this year?" "She did. In Galway, at NUI, the National University of Ireland. She was supposed to come home for Christmas break. She never showed up." That doesn't sound all that strange for a college kid. If it's her first year, she's probably just running around with friends. That's what the police told them. But normally she talks to her mom every day, and Rose hasn't heard from her in a week. They've been calling and texting her. There's nothing. They're really worried. Have they contacted the university? Yes. She's not on campus. Does she have a boyfriend? Lots of young women on their first time away from home get caught up with a guy. I wasn't sure what it was like in Ireland, but I assumed college kids were pretty much the same everywhere. There's a boy in Sligo she's close to, but he hasn't seen or heard from her either. This didn't sound good, but I wasn't sure why he was telling me this. "Shannon tells me you're an investigator." And there it is. You know I'm a financial investigator and expert witness, right? Or at least, was. After my last, now world-famous courtroom gaffe, my expert witness business was dead. Another in a long line of career corpses I'd accumulated by the age of 30. I dropped one F-bomb too many in front of the wrong people. But you helped solve that bombing case in Spain last year, didn't you? You caught a terrorist. It had been in all the papers. My friend Sam had gifted me a luxury cruise around Spain, one that happened to include a terrorist in the process of trying to blow up an industrial gas plant in Bilbao. We'd caught the bomber and prevented a catastrophe. Given my aversion to being trapped on a boat, or anywhere with lots of people, that had been the highlight of the trip for me. Yes, but this is a missing persons case. I don't have any experience with that. Jessie, you're really smart. And we all know about your special abilities. The police haven't found anything, and my brother doesn't know what else to do. I heard his voice catch.